Two F-16 fighters buzzed Manhattan today near Ground Zero, terrifying many New Yorkers and sending them running for their lives. It turned out the flyover was just a photo op. The 747 is one of the planes called Air Force One when the president is on board. The mission was designed to get pictures of the plane above New York. New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg is furious about the flyover.
Why the Defense Department wanted to do a photo op right around the site of the World Trade Center catastrophe defies imagination. Poor judgment would be a nice ways to phrase it, but they did. I also think that once they had told us we should have done a better job. Had I known about it, I would have called them right away and asked them not to. It is the federal government, and they can do in the end what they please. The good news is it was nothing more than a ill-considered, badly conceived, insensitive photo op with the taxpayers' money.
White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs scrambling for answers during a press briefing.
You guys feel you owe folks in New York City this morning an apology for this incident having to do with the airplane that looks like Air Force One with two fighter jets? There seemed to be a lot of panic.
I would point you to FAA or Air Force.
Everybody's pointing us to the White House military office, so that's why.
Well, then I would contact the White House.
The White House military office won't tell us anything. They'll refer us to you.
Well, then let me go discuss with the White House military. I don't. I have seen some news reports, but I don't know. I have no information on this other than what I saw.
The way this works, I'm just saying appearance-wise.
The White House has since apologized for the flyover. Joining us live is Fox's Mike Emanuel. Mike, I don't know who gets surprised for being so stupid about this one. Not only did it terrify all these New Yorkers, but is the White House going to release to us how much this rich White House spent on this 747 and two F-16s to do this?
Well, Greta, you better believe, there are a lot of taxpayers who want to know how much it cost. It's definitely Photo Op 101 that went very, very wrong. The White House Military Office Director, Luis Caldera, put out a paper statement basically accepting responsibility for it, apologized and said that he took full responsibility for it. He said that he cleared this photo op over the New York skyline. The idea was getting Air Force One in front of the Statue of Liberty, but obviously they forgot to tell the average Americans in the New York and New Jersey area who were panicked, thinking they were reliving 9/11 on another clear day, this time 8.5 years later. And so he says he took responsibility. We know that he got called into the White House. Chief of Staff's office and the Deputy Chief of Staff's office got a tongue lashing from them, letting him know that basically the president was quite unhappy and the Chief of Staff and then Deputy Chief of Staff were quite unhappy as well. And so, as you saw, Robert Gibbs was asked several times about it, didn't really have any answers. But we know that since then, the White House Military Office Director, Mr. Caldera, did accept responsibility, did apologize, said that basically his office cleared it with the federal authorities, cleared it with state and local authorities. But as you heard, New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg said that he had no idea. And so apparently what the NYPD said was that they were told not to say anything. They were told it was going to happen, but don't say a word until it happens.
Mike, so there's a whole string of stupid people basically on this, not just one. A lot of people signed off on it, scared the living daylights out of thousands of New Yorkers. They could have spent $300 and bought Photoshop and photoshopped an Air Force One into a picture if they want to. Spent $1 bazillion on doing this, and they better release that cost because they're so willing to lend all billions of dollars of money all the time. Maybe we ought to know how they're tightening the belt a little bit and what they're spending their money on.
Well, you're right. My brother works in Jersey City in the financial center there, works in a building all glass windows, and his colleagues were looking out the window and they saw this happening flying low near the New York City skyline. They thought they were watching 9/11 all over again. As the planes buzzed through the harbor there, they ran out of the building. They evacuated. They said, we're not going to stick around. We're in a tall building on the Jersey side, but we're not going to take any chances in case somebody's hijacked Air Force One and is coming for our building, or we're going to witness another major disaster. And so you're right. Many, many people were terrorized, terrified, thought they were watching 9/11 again. And certainly a massive blunder, public relations blunder, that also did cost a lot of taxpayer dollars, as you mentioned, Greta.
You know, when you look at these people running, fleeing for their lives in this video, I just get mad every time I see this video. Mike, will you do us a favor and ask Mr. Gibbs tomorrow how much this costs the taxpayers, how much it costs the taxpayers to scare all these taxpayers?
You better believe it.
All right, Mike,
Absolutely.
thank you.